Okay, so the scene starts off with us seeing our supposed main character, Seok-Woo, at work, and bro is really one of them trader guys. Will really tell you they made a meal last week and then tell you to buy their $50 course. Something ain't adding up here. But we find out very quickly that bro is an absolute workaholic, staying at his desk 24/7 and almost never going back home to check on his daughter. And it's not even like you can call bro a deadbeat, cause he's at least working for the crib. He's just a bad father, cause he pulls up back to his house bringing his daughter a gift for her birthday just for it to be the same one he bought for her before. And this how you know he's an L father, cause Seok-Woo, I'm watching your stream, why you trying not to laugh, bro? And since she got this horrible gift, Su-an asked for it to be exchanged, with them going to Busan the next day so she can see her mom. Like, how bad of a father do you have to be for you to be rich and have everything a kid could want and your daughter still want to move out? But after peeping that he missed his daughter's singing recital for work, he decides to grant her wish and take her to Busan as we get to the infection. As the scene starts off with them hopping on the train the next day along with a few other characters we end up meeting, as last minute an injured person also hops on the train, and something is clear as day not right with this lady. She's over here on the train straight tweaking, and I don't even know how Brody right here ain't people walking on the train with a bite mark on her leg. Got the same vision as any NPC in a Spider-Man game. Y'all are trash. As she starts walking through the train completely tweaking with no one else giving a care in the world. She won't even fall over through the door, and no one in the car even pokes their head out to see if she's okay or not. This is the true definition of minding your own business, cause this is what happens when you don't. And as this is going on, we got Su-an sneaking past her dad and walking through the train trying to find an open toilet, peeping a random homeless man in the restroom, with us meeting the Lameo of this movie. This nigga right here, I can't fathom the amount of hatred I have for this character right here. This might just be the worst Lameo we've ever had throughout the entire K-drama series. If you haven't already watched the movie, you'll see why soon, but if you have, there is no way you don't feel the same. The amount of street tomfoolery I done seen from bro right here is insane. It's like he would figure out the most helpful thing to do in the situation and do the exact opposite. I swear I can't stand it. But right after we get introduced to such a bum, we see the greatest character in the whole movie, Sang-Hwa, aka Muscle Man. Easily the best character in this movie and my favorite by far. But Su-an keeps walking through the train, making it to the toilet as one of the train assistants pulls up on the zombie girl trying to help, as Shorty stands up behind her tripping out. With the next thing we see is her walking through the cart with the zombie on her back, turning her neck into good eats. Got the entire baseball team looking at this in straight disbelief as she drops to the ground, and these ones definitely ain't as worse as the ones from All of Us Are Dead, but damn gang, we chopped. As she proceeds to turn the rest of the team into a 5-star meal, sending the whole train into panic, starting the infection. As Seok-Woo, and I'ma just call him Su, cause saying his name throughout the whole video is just a drag, starts walking through the train trying to find his daughter, peeping the zombie firsthand, giving this man a lifelong hickey. And I don't even know what Shorty right here was doing, really stood there for a good 12 seconds watching like this a 3D movie. You stupid. But Su turns around, seeing Su-an picking her up and hitting the dash, and these ain't no normal zombies that be taking those tiny steps. These niggas are hitting full-on sprints just to catch up. After peeping this, it would have been over. They out here moving like Prime. You saying, bro, you got it, big bro. But Su continues running with Muscle and his pregnant wife, peeping a zombie straight violating this elderly woman, and his wife really has the audacity to ask him to help. No! Do you peep what's going on? I'm as scared as you. F no. Baby. But he goes to help, getting attacked as Su and Su-an hit a James Harden sidestep right past them, with Muscle throwing bro into the bathroom and telling his wife to run, just for Su to get into the safe room and proceed to close the door on them. Really look this pregnant woman dead in her eyes, then close the door on her. This is a sick Negro. But Muscle straight putting the beats on the zombies while Lameo is over here shouting at them to close the door. Shut your lame ass up. But they end up getting the door back open, getting inside, and the wife is really putting up 2018 LeBron stats within 20 seconds of being in the room, waiting the door window and putting a newspaper on it, stopping the zombies from seeing them and attacking. Sensational. But everyone then starts getting calls from their loved ones, with Suit's mom literally turning while on the phone with him, as we find out the zombie virus is more like a rage virus, with her calling his divorced wife a bitch just because his daughter likes her more. Is this nigga serious? Like, niggas can't even like their mom no more. This is crazy. But they get told by the train driver that they'll be stopping at Dejon station, with the military being there to help them out when they arrive. And while on the way, Suit makes a couple calls getting them special access to safety as they pull up to the spot, with everyone going one way as Suit and Su-an cut through the barricade to special access, just for the homeless man from in the restroom earlier to pull up trying to be a part of the team. Like, bro, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? As they both start to run towards one of the guards, with the rest of the people going down the escalator, just for us to see that the zombies have completely swept the military. Got everyone in the spot trying to hit the dash back up the stairs. Certain people in the escalator ain't even have a chance, getting pulled down as they trying to run back up. Got them over here looking like they trying to aura farm. And all this shows me is that I was right in all my other K-drama reviews. The police or any type of military in these shows are really going 0 for 5 in any situation. You telling me they have weapons, and by weapons I mean a shotgun with a switch, and y'all still managed to lose? There are about 100 guards here. How do you even sell this play? Houseway was out here firing the gun like they dashing. Y'all are trash. But Su also peeps the zombies hitting the slow motion run back to Su-an as a zombie pulls up, making this move, pulling right up behind her, and that's what I'm talking about! That's why he's everything! That's why he's the GOAT! But Su-an gets to running with him and his wife, with Su trying to catch up just to get hit with an NFL tackle straight to the ground. And oh nah, Brody don't even look like he trying to bite anyone. Got all 32 pearly whites showing. Bro, back up. And the homeless man really gon' come in clutch, hitting a blind and run with elite efficiency as they both run, managing to make it out through the doors, closing them on the zombies as they try to hold them back, trying to lock the door. But we cut outside, and this is exactly why I don't play with randoms, cause without looking first, these 60 overalls go open the train door to a cart full of zombies, letting them all out the train and making the situation 10 times worse. I swear they're lucky plot armor is a thing. If anyone in the mean squad got hurt, they would have to run the fade expeditiously. But everyone manages to get back on the train except from the guy still trying to lock the door. Got this out here looking like a whole Among Us task. Brody got too slow 4 times in a row. Dog, pass the controller. And these zombies are really out here tweaking. Pete Brody on the right, he don't even look like he's trying to eat them. This is pure hatred in his eyes. But he finally locks it just for the glass to break anyways, causing them to hit the dash just to peep that the train is leaving them, getting down the stairs just to get hit with a boom, nigga. Another one. As the rest of them run after the train, managing to get in with muscle slacking behind. Brody about 5'10", 250 pounds of pure muscle. I am not expecting him to make it to that train. But he picks up a shoulder baton, hitting straight combos on the zombies, and manages to make it on the train as well. Mission complete. So the train is now split into 3 teams, with Muscle, Suit, and I'ma just call him back because he has a baseball bat on one team. Muscle's wife Sung-Gyeong, Su-an, the homeless man, and one of the old ladies on another, and the majority of the other people on the 3rd team, as they all get word that the train is now heading to Busan since it's the safest place right now. But we cut to Su-an and her squad as they peep that both the exits around them have no door, meaning they're completely vulnerable to the zombies, as they try and sneak into a toilet just for a zombie to be standing behind them watching them like these. Brody ain't even attacked first, just decided to watch them for a couple seconds, trying to hit them with a jump scare. Now look at you, got your head stuck in between a door, you flipping twit. But Su-an ends up being able to call Muscle using his wife's phone, telling them they're in the washroom in cart 13 as they suit up, getting ready for the rescue mission. As they hit the cleanest walkout, pulling up to a cart full of zombies, and oh my gosh, where did these straight hands come from? Yeah, we're pulling out moves from back in his day. On Cuba 45, nigga, take a break. As he hits the right. Get the fuck out of here, little nigga. snapping the next one's neck with his bare fist. Peep the parry uppercut, pushing it down and snapping his arm in two. As the others pull up, helping out and are actually putting up some stats, pushing the zombies back. And Muscle has to be the damn Hulk or something as he picks one of them up, smashing Brody into the ceiling. Her bro straight slumped. Actor for the zombie quit his job right there and then. This was not a part of the script, but they fight their way all the way through the car, making it to the other side as they pull up to the next one just to see it's Bat's whole baseball team as zombies. And I don't even blame bro for not wanting to beat on his own dogs, I would be the same way. But you add any sum of money upwards of $10 onto that, they are getting smoked. You could ask me $50 to slap the hell out of my dog, it's up. But the squad starts to lose the fight with Batno helping them out just for them to enter a tunnel and the zombies to stop attacking, with them finding out that like a guy decided not to see all the red flags from their first 10 out of 10 goal, the zombies can't see in the dark, they can only hear, allowing them to escape the cart. As they hop into the next cart and instantly use this to their advantage, as Suit throws Muscle's phone across the room and calls it, drawing all the zombies to that side, allowing them to get through silently and pull up on his wife and the rest of the squad. As the light comes back through and they have to hide in the other restroom from the zombies. And while they're in here, we get the real reason as to why he's my favorite character, as he gives Suit some advice on being a father even though he's not one himself yet. Brody out here giving advice he hasn't even experienced firsthand. That's how that one homie be giving relationship advice even though he ain't been in one his whole life. Yeah, he's over here talking like a professional therapist, one of the greatest friends you can have for real. But we cut to Bat's friend in squad 3 as she gets the text from him saying they just saved a bunch of people and are heading their way now. Brody straight capping over text, nigga we? But here's where we get one of the first reasons as to why I hate Lameo as much as I do. Cause she tells all of them that her friends are coming to the spot as he starts to yell at this child talking about some I don't give a Put them over here willing to slime out anyone to save themselves. Really just shows human nature. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. But we get back to the main squad coming out the restroom as they come up with a plan to cross over the zombies using the baggage area. And these zombies really be picking and choosing when they want to hear, cause this platform was creaking more than the floor when you try and make a snack at 3 AM and they over here looking around clueless. Y'all are trash. But they make it all the way through, throwing the bag back, luring the zombies away. But with every great plan, there is always a random nigga to pull up and sell the play. Cause as they're getting down from the platform, the random homeless man on the squad go slip on a chair, tumbling down, and I don't even know how he didn't alert the zombies. Brody got a slow falling potion on what's going on here. But this still isn't the end of the sellage, cause Sue goes to help him with the lights turning back on as they duck in between the seats and plan to run on 3, counting down just to get to 3 and bro to step on a Fanta can on his first step. You're telling me you don't see this? Bro, who even invited you? But they get to running just about making it through the door with Muscle holding them back just for them to reach the room with the larger squad, and they lock the door in the most secure way possible.
Is this
these
nigga
niggas,
serious?
they done tied the door shut with their shirts. There is no way you don't feel guilty after attempting to murder a whole bunch of innocent people who are just trying to survive as well. These are some sick
Negro.
And just peep how they got his friend, got shorty over here in the full Nelson covering her mouth while they bake her phone to stop it from ringing. But she pulls up on Muscle helping him out, knocking shorty out, and I don't even know why he's hitting and not pushing. He's over here hitting them like they care about pain. These niggas have nothing to lose. You think they care about pain? You gotta cause Zombie Go at the bottom wakes up like the damn Undertaker and takes a bite out of Muscle's hand. No! Why you do that? That's my guy! I swear this whole scene really just made me so mad and angry at the same damn time. They really murked the best character in the entire movie. Brody was putting up the most stats from start to finish, straight carrying, and you gon' do him like this? Wait, no way, boy. And as this is happening, they finally break the glass, peeping there's a whole group of people on the other side as Bat runs over to stop them closing the door. And here's what really pissed me off, cause my dog, there are 2 rooms. They got the main car and the little bit with the restrooms and the standing place. You're telling me they couldn't just have allowed them to have the little room and blocked off the main one? This the type of greed they talk about in the Bible, cause what kind of sick person do you have to be to commit such an act? Cause Lameo goes to close the second door. You literally could have just closed that and let them them keep the bathrooms.
It doesn't fucking work, you idiot. You're honestly an idiot.
As they start to close the door on Brody's arm, still not trying to let them in, he even peeps Su-an, a literal child, crying in the back, and yet again is over here talking about some I don't give up. As the door muscle is holding back starts to crack with him telling Suk to take care of his wife and go, and as they're leaving he gives his unborn baby a name, Yon-suk. That's what I'm talking about.
This shit means something to me, man.
As the door breaks, and even after all this, he's still putting up stats. I'm talking knee to the face, left, right, picks up the next one and turns him sideways, pushing them all back. He even shakes off the zombie infection. This is really my goat, RIP to a real one. But they finally end up getting into the room with Granny over here sacrificing herself for absolutely no reason. Like she fully could have gotten out but decided to stay. I don't even know what to say, gang. As they close the door and and I really just hate this nigga's face. I'll tell you what you look like, but you won't like it. As he starts to see that everyone that just came in has to leave cause they might be infected, and the others start to join.
Is this nigga serious?
You've seen them trying to get into the room for the past 5 minutes. They would have been turned. And I know if my dog Muscle was in the room right now, he ain't going nowhere. Brody just took on 100 zombies on feet by himself. Try and move him, I dare you. But they leave into the next car just for them to lock the door leading to the squad, with the other granny who just lost her sister to open up the doors to the zombies as they come in and body everyone. And I ain't even go lie, this was messed up what she did right here, but hey, we do not care as long as he's cooked. Yes sir. But Suk then goes into the toilet getting a call from his associate, as we find out it's basically all his fault that there's a zombie apocalypse. Cause all this started cause they invested into a company that was creating a certain type of plant and they didn't know the side effects from it. And from here on out, this movie is just sad as hell. They already had me crying at Muscle's death, but the next 30 minutes had me like these. Cause the train suddenly stops due to a blockage in the tracks, with the driver making an announcement that they is going to switch trains onto a different track on the far left of the station, as we find out that Lameo is still alive. There is no way he got out of this house with answer me. They really got me this mad over a character I've known for less than an hour. How can one be so trash? But they get to transferring over to the next train just for a flaming train to pull up out of nowhere, ramming into the side of it and crashing it into the squad. As the rubble clears and the squad are now split up in two, with Bat and his goal being on the other side. As we cut back to Lameo and the run of straight villainry he goes on right here genuinely has to go down in the history books, cause he looks outside the room very clearly peeping a zombie just to tell his own homeboy that there aren't any there. As he goes first and Lameo pushes him into the zombie and hits the dash out the room, and even after sliming out his own homeboy, the job's not finished, cause he runs off the train and pulls up on Bat and his goal, throwing her into the zombies and climbing out the window as she turns and ends up biting him. But yet again, the job's not finished, cause as he's running to catch up to the new train, he gon' twist his ankle just for the train conductor to come and help him, and he throws him to the zombies and runs onto the train. He really caught 4 bodies in the space of 2 minutes as an overweight man. This has to go down in the history books. He's up there with the likes of Kid Buu, Griffin and Sukuna in pure villainry. But we got back to the squad as they wake up in the worst possible position, right under a train with a zombie trying to get them from the window right in front of them. But Suk finds a spot to get out, climbing first to see if it's clear, telling the others to come through, just for the train to shake, dropping a massive tank in front of the hole as the glass breaks and the zombies start their attack. And we really get one of the greatest second halves of a game of all time, with the homeless man who was putting up 0 stats at the start of the movie sacrificing himself to push back the zombies as Suk pulls back the tank and the squad managed to escape. RIP to a real one, as what's left of the squad start to hit the dash running to the moving train, and zombies that run have to be the scariest thing of all time, and they ain't even slow, they is moving faster than the people that were originally in that body. They got a hold of super soldier zombies on their tail. Yeah, just do it, gang. But they managed to get on the train with the zombies holding onto the rail, and dog, they is holding onto the train by the arm of one zombie. They is trying harder for the free than a fat nigga at McDonald's.
It's not possible.
But Su ends up hitting the meanest weave and kicks all the zombies off the train. Got them over here thinking they're home free, but Lameo's reign of terror is yet to be over. Cause they pull up to the front of the ship just to see him sitting there in the chair turn into a zombie. Turns out Brody got bit back when the instructor tried to turn into Captain Save-A-Ho. As Su closes the door on him just for him to be able to open the door. As a zombie he was fully conscious. They really got the worst possible person as the only zombie to still be conscious. I know you effing lying. And they really out here trying to make me feel bad for him, talking about he's only trying to make it to his mom. We do not care. There is no excuse for the straight evil he did on that train. Everyone there was trying to make it to someone, yet they want me to feel bad for him.
Oh man.
As he fully turns into a zombie attacking Su, and from here on out it was straight waterworks. Cause as they're squabbling, Sung-Gyeong pulls up trying to get his attention just for Su to pull back up on him, and for some reason pulls him back covering his mouth and ends up getting bitten on the hand. As he wraps the chain around himself and throws both him and Lameo off the train, with him just about hanging on by the chain. And the whole rest of this movie is really just one of the saddest things I've done ever seen. As he brings them into the cockpit, teaching Sung-Gyeong how to operate the train, and this whole bit between Su and his daughter is really just incredible. The performance they both give is really some of the best acting I've done ever seen, especially from Su-an. Had a grown man tearing up as he leaves the cockpit crying, getting memories of when he first had Su-an, and jumps off the train so he doesn't hurt them and they can get away safely. Absolute cinema. But they continue on their journey, pulling up to a blockage in the track right before a tunnel, hopping off and now having to walk on feet to Busan. As we pan through to the other side of the tunnel just to see the army waiting there, golden scars in hand, ready to slime out anything that comes in sight. With them peeping the two coming through the tunnel, Commander, we see two individuals coming through the tunnel. Looks like a woman and a child. Are you able to verify if they're human? Commander, it's too dark. They out here looking like Cabby Lane. Swiss these niggas. As Brody puts his eye to the scope, ready to hit a straight Fortnite trick shot, just for them to start to hear singing, with Su-an in the tunnel singing the same song she couldn't finish at her recital that she practiced for her dad. As the army pulls up and saves the only two to make it off the train. I ain't gonna lie, this has to be one of the greatest movies I've done ever watched. Not even just zombie movies, movies as a whole. From the action to the emotion, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I'm gonna continue to glaze with no stoppage. They even showed how humans would really act in a situation like this, with the character of Lameo and a few others just trying to think about themselves and get their safety. And as much as I hated this, I can't even be mad because a lot of people would have acted like this in real life. Even though it's inhumane, it's the most human thing there is. That was a bar right there. Yes sir, vocab Runax. And the character development from Su, going from this selfish guy at the start, literally telling his own daughter to look out for herself and herself only, to him attempting to save everyone and sacrificing himself for his daughter. Incredible. And MVPs of this movie are 100% Mr. and Mrs. Muscle. But hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. All glory to God, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.